Samidam Shanti, peace to you, peace to me. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Peter and today I want to talk about 3 secrets of today's lockdown, this global lockdown, putting you all in your houses, keeping you all distant from each other. Human beings, did you know that human beings, when they hug, their immune systems both improve because of the love that's shared? We're all about energy. We're energy. We're vibrant beings, and being separated from each other is not good for us. And there are secrets that's going on in the background that aren't being revealed. They're not being revealed. So the first one, it's been brewing for many years now. In 1971, Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard and we started to create fiat currency in the 1970s, 1971. So he could pay for the Vietnam War. So all governments now, I believe, have taken their currencies off any sort of standard and they're all fiat currency, which means they're all being created out of thin air. And the Federal Reserve has been so slapdash at lending money all over the place. In 2008 we had an amazing banking crash and we're due for another one. So it looks like what they're doing with this lockdown, one of the reasons for it, and many reasons for it, one of the reasons for it is to cover up the financial ineptitude of the bankers and the politicians for not looking after the countries that they're supposed to be. National security should be about finance as well. So we should be secure as people from our governments, but it seems like the governments aren't scared of the people anymore. So as soon as the governments become more powerful than they should be, because you can't vote them out, every time you vote you get the government. You can't. It should be national security. We should be looked after both financially, with food and heating, the 5 needs that human beings need: food, water, heating, clothing. We need certain things, so it's important that we're kept with that. But what's being kept hush-hush now actually is the financial disaster that's happening in the background. And whether it will come to fruition or not, I don't know, but many small businesses now are going out of business because they've got no way of making money, because everybody's locked down. So the big companies like Amazon and people like that are still running their businesses, but the smaller companies are really not surviving. Some of them are not surviving. So is this, a big question, is this whole pandemic, or the plandemic as some people are calling it, covering up the financial crisis that the world is in? So when I was really researching quite heavily into it, I saw it was about $2.2 quadrillion was the debt of the world. An astronomical amount of money, So who can even conceive that amount of money to be, and that could be written off with the stroke of a pen, but it isn't. We're just kept in debt. We're like debt slaves. Mortgage means death knot. So if you're stuck with your mortgage for more than 30 years, or 30 years, terrible that you're just keeping having to watch that. And the way I've watched the financial situation of our world completely collapse was my father. My father had 6 boys. He could run his house, had a wife that didn't work, my mother, 6 boys, he had a nanny and a nanny's daughter. He looked after all of those on a car mechanic salary to start off with. Car mechanic salary. And now you could never do that. You need 2 families, especially where I live in the southeast of England. Two young families, you need big jobs, big money coming in to actually just afford a house, a small modest house to actually start your life. When I was younger, one salary would be enough to buy the house, and you could still live comfortably on your own. Now that's impossible. So we are in some sort of inflation, hyperinflation, some experts say. So I feel that one of the secrets is that the governments are hiding the financial implosion that's due because of this pandemic. Second thing that they're not talking about in the mainstream media, especially, that SARS-CoV-2, which is actually the name of the virus, is not as deadly as SARS. It isn't. And the figures show that if you look at Dr. Tenpenny and you see how she's broken down the deaths, you've got alcoholism, suicides, all these other deaths much higher, the flu, all these deaths much more than the SARS-CoV-2. And please, my heart goes out to all the ones who are passed away and all their relatives and families and friends. But what is coronavirus and what is SARS-CoV-2? Coronavirus is an umbrella term. It's an umbrella term that covers all of the symptoms of what has been coronavirus. It can be from the common cold to SARS and all these other viruses that are around. SARS-CoV-2 is actually the virus that we're in lockdown for, and the symptoms are COVID-2. And it was Bill Gates who was talking about the certificate of vaccination ID, COVID. Someone pointed that out on a vlog I saw the other day. Yes. Have you got your vaccination card? My vaccination card is here. Thank you, I've been vaccinated. So it's incredible that they're not telling you that this is SARS-CoV-2 and it's not as dangerous as SARS or some other diseases or viruses. But if you have a weakened system, it will attack that, like many other things. So that's the second secret I think they're keeping from you. And the third one is that this was planned. Pandemic was talked about at a planned event. It's called Event 201. Just look it up, Event 201. And you'll see people from the World Health Organization, top people in finance, and other people who are supposed to be in the higher echelons of our world, talking about this exact moment and what they were going to do, how they were going to introduce army onto the streets if they had to deal with civil unrest. They're probably going to be doing that in France soon. Apparently they're all kicking up, as they normally do. Good old French, you can always trust them. But there will be army on the streets if we don't obey the rules coming from the government. You must obey your rules. So this was planned, and this is all planned. Whether it was released by a certain group of people, who knows? Nobody knows. And whether it was produced in the laboratory, that isn't really secured knowledge yet. That's still, there's conspiracy theories flying about all over the place. It was, someone was telling me, talking about it being created in a lab in Japan, created by some foundation in America, and then released in China in the one province. And who knows? I don't know. There's no definite way of proving that. So it's more of a conspiracy theory than a conspiracy. But I feel there is a conspiracy behind this, and it is to push vaccines onto people. Now this video could get banned because of that, but my numbers are so small at the moment, I doubt it. But it's the vaccine agenda. They're even talking about it now on the radio, that they're going to bypass certain safety issues with the vaccines and push it onto people. So some people are not going to be able to do their work anymore unless they become vaccinated from SARS-CoV-2. My goodness me. So if you look at the amount of money, let's take away the health issue at the moment. Let's look at the amount of money that the big pharmaceutical companies are making out of vaccines in America. You've got 72 vaccines you need to take from a child to your teen. 72 vaccines. I think that's a year. My goodness me. And they wonder why America is the sickest country in the planet. And the IQ is dropping. Sperm counts are dropping. Everything's dropping. Health is dropping. Oh my goodness me. And they want to bring this across the world now. They want to bring this whole vaccine agenda across the world. and you will have to get your vaccine. So that's what COVID stands for, Certificate of Vaccination ID. Surely humanity have been existing on this planet for so many years now, and the most important thing is hygiene. Hygiene, keep it clean, keep everything clean around you. If you go back to our ancestors, there's no trace of all of this garbage that was in their world. None of it. Now we've got glyphosate, we've got aluminium, we've got fluoride. Bang, 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 all attacking the system. We've got food that is completely messed about with. It's not really food. It's killing us slowly. So it's really important to think about what you're eating. So the 3 secrets, there's many secrets to this lockdown, but the 3 major ones I thought I'd talk about today, just to get you to think about it. Think about it and really see what you feel about it, because this is a very strange world that we live in today, and it's time more people woke up. Wake up, look at it, listen to what they're saying. You go, this doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. None of it makes sense. It's the people who are speaking out now not getting demonized so much, which is great. So you don't get attacked for actually speaking out and speaking your truth, which you should be allowed to say whatever you want. We need the freedom of speech back, freedom of the press back, everything should come back. But you should be able to source the information that you're speaking about. Really important. Or go with gut instincts. Gut instincts can sometimes lead you into the right place. So anyway, I thought I'd share those secrets with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, you're more powerful than you actually can imagine. You're an amazing human being. You couldn't even be, all the money in the world couldn't actually create you now. So never forget that. And you're connected to higher sources, higher thoughts, higher feelings. So try and meditate a bit more. You've got time now if you're locked down. Learn meditation, do a bit of qigong, yoga, whatever way you can move your body, move it around and get healthy. Good opportunity to get healthy. You can eat, start to learn to grow food, eat fresh food, vegetables, fruit, and be well. Keep smiling, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Sarang Hamida.